Hi, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Tis I, the one and only Archer with Archer Astrology. Hello. Everybody, it's that time. Time to take a look at the energy for the week ahead with Archer's Outlook. See what the planetary positions will be affecting us this week, tie it in with a little tarot reading to see what exactly we might be able to expect to play out for us in the week ahead. We've got an eventful week as always because it is time for the full moon in Gemini this Wednesday, and this one is known as the cold moon. A lot of anxious feelings, nervous and vulnerable feelings that start coming to a completion and a conclusion. There are a lot of Jupiter and Moon conjunction and aspects going on right now. So Cancer and Sag are kind of dominating this week. There's also some Venus and Mars conjunctions. So that's going to be some Gemini and some Taurus placements. So those are going to be your 4 key points to watch out for. We also have a little bit going on with Uranus. We got some Capricorn influence. We've got Neptune going on. So Pisces is hanging out. So these are some of the strong points. Every sign and every placement is going to matter, and it's going to have a pull. That's why yours truly's readings here will resonate with each and every and all placements. We are FHA compliant at Archer Astrology. We do not discriminate. We will accept and give a reading to any placement which qualifies and chooses to get a reading with yours truly. So hit that like, hit that share, comment, subscribe button. I would totally appreciate it. That one little tap means so much to a YouTuber like such as yourself here. And if you would like a personal reading with me, you can email me, archerastrology@gmail.com, and we'll get something set up for you. I am a little booked up through the 19th of December, but we'll make it work. We do what we want here. It's how it goes. Come and hang out because Archer's Krabby Shell is quite comfortable. So, all right, what we've got going on, starting, the beginning of the week, the moon is still in Taurus and the sun is in Sagittarius. Here's your first 2 points. That fixed mutable thing starts happening, where you start bottling it all up as we build up into the full moon. A lot of more introvertedness, a lot of people kind of hiding their emotions. You'll notice a lot more of a stressed feeling going around from people around you, people in stores, people in places. As we come up to, this is a very strong moon. It's like a volcano eruption, this full moon, the cold moon. All of this bottling up, all of this Taurus Sag energy that we're dealing with right now gets bottled up and then winds up erupting like a volcano on Wednesday with the full moon in Gemini. And it's going to be also very close to Mars retrograde. There's some Aries influence coming in. And we've got the new moon coming up later this month. We've got 3 points that hit the Aries point, the cardinal point, where it crosses into a cardinal sign, prominently Capricorn right now. But if you think about it, that's what happens as this volcano eruption of a full moon in Gemini hits and couples up with all this cardinal energy behind it, pushing it behind the scenes. It's going to become much more extroverted, much more pushing it all out and going for it. So we'll just get a couple cards to go on this as we deal with all this energy. The beginning of the week is going to be dominated with lots of Mars and Venus energy going on. Aries Taurus with Gemini. Then you've got the Jupiter and Moon conjuncts happening. It's a big map going on. So there's a lot of stuff happening out there. But as we go forward in the beginning, the beginning of the week, like I was saying, mutable, fixed, bottling it up. You're going to notice a lot of stress, a lot of kind of introvertedness, keeping it to yourself, very quiet, very fixed and mutable. Bottom of the deck is the Queen of Cups. People have this stuff on their mind, and as we get closer towards the weekend, as the moon works its way through Taurus at the beginning of the week into Gemini for its full moon, it'll start to get a little more Queen of Cups near the end. Why? Because what's after Gemini? Cancer. The moon will go into Cancer at the end of the week, on Friday. Thursday into Friday, and then towards in the weekend. So then all of a sudden, you get more comfortable. The moon's comfortable when it's at home, and it's conjuncting still. It's tying in with Jupiter. So that Cancer Sag luck energy, where you just feel like it's your time to shine and things are starting to balance out. You reflect back on the intentions that you've set and feel more at home and more comfortable about it. You become like happy Saggy type energy. Emperor, more Aries influence coming out. See, this is what I was talking about. At the point going through it where in the beginning of the week, you're going to be feeling a little bit more of, stubbornness, holding back, keeping things internalized into yourself, not really like wanting to say it, but not really wanting to say it, kind of that Ace of Pentacles. And this is where we hit on Wednesday, and that full moon in Gemini happens, the cold moon. All of this bottled up, nervous, vulnerable, anxious energy is going to all come to a culmination and a point, Ace of Pentacles. It's going to get planted as we set our intentions and our manifestations in the full moon. The full moon, remember, that's the volcanic eruption. The new moon's putting the baking soda in the model, and then the volcanic eruption happens during the full moon. When it's in Gemini and all that swords energy hits up, it comes out full tilt, tower moment. See, this is coming out of this point. This is like a great general overview the entire week, especially before the moon heads towards Cancer, because what you've got the feeling like Mondays and Tuesdays going on the tower moments, and you're keeping it all inside. Everything is going wrong, and you can't share it with anybody. You can't tell it to anybody. And then, but as the moon finishes going through this full moon in Gemini, and then heads into Cancer, back where the moon is at home. The moon is always happy when it's in Cancer. They belong together. They always have. They always will. So you start to get more stable, more calm, and you finally, it's that feeling of you're home again. Luck starts changing. You start thinking more, looking back at the beginning of the week, how you were stressing about travel plans and shopping for the holidays and putting everything together, and you start worrying more. Three of Swords, Kurt Cobain shows up in pain this week later on, especially Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. You start thinking back of, God, it's going to cost so much to fly home and see the family. And then we've got to buy everybody presents. And I've gone overboard again. So you start to reflect back as the moon goes into Cancer at the end of the week on Friday and Saturday, even a bit into Sunday before it heads off to Leo for next week. But over the weekend, dominantly, the moon's going to be at home in Cancer. So this Three of Swordsy feeling, the Libra feeling that comes out of this, will start putting that stuff in order, reflecting on the intentions that you set for this new foundation to build a new tower, and then wanting to go forward, feeling good about it, and wondering, did we spend a little too much on this Ace of Pentacles? And remember, this isn't just you. This is how everybody's feeling. It's a general collective pull on what the rocks out there in space are doing to us on the rock right here. So you've also got a Neptune conjunct coming into this. We'll talk a bit about the clarifiers, because that's where Pisces shows up with a little more dreams, a little more passion. Think of like Pisces said, no, Pisces Leo, because it's going to be more during the end of the week. So think of a Pisces Leo type thing of that dreaminess, astral projecting, lucid dreaming, and really kind of like having dreams that see your manifestations happening. Like you have dreams about the future and you guys are together and you're happy. Or if it's work related, you have dreams that you have that job and you have the corner office. Bro, seriously, the sun right there. As we come into the weekend and we get through this full moon, that's where the happiness shows up. And Leo comes out with the sun straight up there, showing that, yep, next week as we cross over, we'll get ready to shine a little bit more. And come next Monday, you're going to be feeling on top of it, like the star of the show, really happy about how everything is going and that it's finally, it's getting better all the time. It's that feeling of finally being home and just comfortable, happy, looking at the bills, figuring out that you can make it work. And that's where you start dreaming about the intentions that you've set. And Jupiter, Venus, and Neptune start to take over the passion, the luck, and the dreaminess, that type of a thing. So I feel a lot of Taurus and Sag and Pisces right there as we go into the week. Well, the big boys are being dealt with, Gemini, Cancer, and Leo, which are kind of handling your sun and moon and stuff going on. So those are going to be your strong focal points to look at. For the Libras and the Cappies and that, your stuff's coming when that new moon and Cappy hits later on. It's gonna transition over. Right now, your big boys are the dominant forces where the dials are turned up a little more are like your Leo, Pisces, Cancer, Sagittarius, Taurus, Gemini area. Those are our strong six this week. Then as the world turns, oh, there we go, write that check. It's going to start heading over towards the signs we're not talking about as much because they're turned down waiting for their turn type thing as the planets move along. Then Libra, Cappy, and all that other stuff's going to start popping. So right now you're just getting comfy and setting your sets up. 10 of Pentacles. Boom. There's what you go into next week. Monday, you're going to be 10 of Pentacles happy come the 12th type thing. But so see, it's a good solid week of coming through a Queen of Cups style and then working through the anxieties and the vulnerabilities in the beginning while the moon's in Taurus and Gemini, and then starting to feel a little happier and a little more, let's go forward and make it happen in the real world right now. Let's do this. Let's do it, And you get your 10 of Pentacles, happy life, happy wife going on right there. So fun little week there. Clarifiers onto it, maybe a little bit of details. Bottom of the deck, we got 6 cups and King of Wands. Cool beans, jelly bean. All right, so clarifying on the Emperor and the Ace of Pentacles. The beginning of the week, how we're all going to have, whoa, easy boys. Here's that Libra we were talking about, 8 of Swords. That interference coming in, that disappointment, the stress, spending too much on Christmas, traveling, all those little things that get in the way that cause an Emperor to get ticked off, King of Cups. And then you come back around through it to plant the Ace of Pentacles as that volcano eruption happens in the full moon in Gemini, that cold energy that gets you out to manifest your new beginning. And then you stay in Emperor energy through the Tower moment. Talk about embracing it and going forward with it. See, people, this is digging in, Taurus energy, Capricorn, Virgo, holding your ground, hold your nerve, stay put. Because even though this emperor's got the weight of the world there with that ghost demon on his back, Aries energy, little Pisces comes out with the hands, then you've got that dreaminess starts to take over as the moon transitions into Cancer. So now you're going to have the sun in Sagittarius and the moon in Cancer. That's the ability to intuitively use and trust your gut and your intuition to heal and balance so that you can ride through the lows to get to the highs. So that brings you to a King of Swords energy, where you know, at the top of the mountain, cutting out the crap you don't need and keeping the stuff that's going to go forward. You know, this king knows how to use it. It's Dos Equis, you know, stay thirsty, my friends. You know, most interesting man in the world. And only somebody like that could use that sword to cut through these Three of Swords when they get all ticked off and go Nine of Wands, building that wall. Look at that, building the wand wall. It's huge. Trust me, believe it. First I'm hearing of it. It's an amazing wand wall right there. And that Nine of Wands wall is that strength, Leo Sag energy showing up again, that brings you to this point because you stay strong to ride out the rough times through the full moon and then come out as the moon enters into Cancer, finds its happiness, and then you get ready to head off and, you know, shine like a Leo would as we go into next week. So Four of Wands, getting that wish for your 10 of Pentacles and the intentions that you manifested coming out to go forward with. So it's going to be a good full moon, and you need to pay attention because that Three of Swords shows back up. That just much like the Emperor carries on, so can the Three of Swords. And this is not like third party energy. This is third party up in your head. This is oatmeal north of the eyebrows because you get a little too worried about, did spirit hear me? Did my intentions manifest? And you notice that other people are acting weird, so you act a little weird. And if you just calm down and ride through it, your energy at the bottom of the deck, Four of Swords. Right there, peace, truce, and finding a tranquility and an ability to work through the energies, highs and lows. So a little stressful at the beginning of the week, calming down and getting more home and comfy and realizing, whoa, we spent way too much on the holidays. We did retail therapy and yeah, we just got the bill. It happens to everybody. Don't worry, income tax season's coming too. Woohoo, right? So make this week a great one. I will see you this Wednesday, 8 p.m. We will do our live all signs reading here. Come and tarot and chill in my shell for a minute. Boom, yeah, chariot. And like, share, comment, subscribe, follow my community post. And we'll do this again next week. Same Archer time, same Archer channel. Until then, I love you guys. Yeah, chariot.